All right, let's talk about something that is, well, it's deeply frustrating, often kind of embarrassing, and way more common than you'd think. We're going to decode the whole phenomenon of angry crying.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're in the middle of some intense conversation, you feel that fire in your belly, you know you're right, and you're about to make your point. And then, there it is. Your vision starts to get a little blurry, your voice gets shaky, and you can just feel the tears coming, whether you want them to or not.
It is one of the most maddening feelings on the planet. Because you're not sad, you are furious. You're frustrated. But the person you're talking to, they just see tears. And in an instant, it feels like your entire argument, all your strength, just gets washed away. It just feels humiliating.
But what if we've been looking at this completely wrong? What if this whole reaction isn't a sign of weakness at all, but actually a sign that you are running at 150% capacity? We're going to reframe this whole thing. Because here's the big idea. Your tears aren't the problem. They're just a symptom of how incredibly passionate you are.
So first, let's get into the body's logic. And to really get this, we have to step away from psychology for just a minute and look at pure biology. I want you to think of it as emotional sweating. It all starts with a pretty useful analogy. So check this out. When a marathon runner is going all out, what happens? Their body temperature shoots up. And to stop them from literally overheating, the body sweats. We all see that as a sign of hard work, right? Well, the exact same thing is happening to you. In a high-stakes conflict, you're not just a little invested, you are all in. And that creates this huge spike in something called physiological arousal.
And listen, physiological arousal isn't just a fancy way of saying you're feeling things. It means your entire nervous system is in an all-out sprint. Your heart's pounding, your focus is dialed in, your stress levels are through the roof, everything is firing on all cylinders. And you know, any engine that runs that hot is in danger of just shutting down.
So what does your brain do? It hits the emergency brakes. It triggers a cooling mechanism. And the visible side effect of this whole cooldown process is tears. It's not a breakdown, it's emotional sweating. Your body's just trying to help you keep going. But that's only half the story. There's another reason for these tears, a much deeper one, and it goes all the way back to our survival instincts. To really wrap your head around this, I want you to imagine, just for a second, that your body has its own bodyguard, but not just any bodyguard. This bodyguard absolutely loves you, would do anything for you, but it's also really old-fashioned, like it hasn't updated its software in a few thousand years. And right there, that's the issue. To your ancient overprotective bodyguard, that argument you're having with your partner about the dishwasher isn't just a disagreement, it's a life or death battle. It thinks the aggression levels are critical and it has to step in to protect you.
I know, it sounds totally backwards, right? Why would it use a response that makes you feel so weak? Well, because it's not a white flag of surrender. It's actually a chemical shield.
Okay, this is where it gets really wild. Scientists have found that human tears actually contain an odorless chemical signal, a pheromone. And when someone else is exposed to it, it literally lowers their testosterone levels. It powers down the aggression centers in their brain. Your tears are biologically designed to say, stop attacking. So your bodyguard isn't trying to make you look weak at all. It's trying to chemically disarm what it thinks is a serious threat so you can survive. So, you can thank it for trying, even if its methods are a little outdated for a modern office meeting.
Okay, so understanding the why is super empowering. But now let's get to the how. How can we actually manage this in the heat of the moment? Now, the most important rule here, and I mean this, is to pick just one tool. When you're running on pure adrenaline, you're not going to remember a list of 10 things. So just master one.
Level 1 is for when you feel that heat rising. You feel that little prickle behind your eyes, but you're still under the radar. These are invisible tools you can use without anyone ever knowing. And we're going to focus on my personal favorite. So my go-to is the math hack. It sounds so simple, but it works because of a quirk in your brain's wiring. It is neurologically impossible to do complex subtraction and feel intense emotion at the same time. Think of it like this. The part of your brain that cries and the part that does logic, they basically share a power cord. So by forcing yourself to do a problem like 100 minus 7, then 93 minus 7, and so on, you are literally pulling blood flow away from your emotional center and redirecting it to your logical brain. It's a neat little trick. Okay, but what happens when that emotional wave is just too strong? The invisible tools aren't cutting it, and a sob is coming. You need an exit strategy, but a strategic one. This is not a retreat, it's a tactic. You say, I'm gonna grab a glass of water, I'll be right back. And when you go and take that slow sip of water, the physical act of swallowing forces the muscle in your throat that causes that sobbing sound to relax. It physically resets the whole mechanism. It buys you 60 seconds to cool down and come back on your own term.
All right, now for the toughest one, the nuclear option. It's too late. The tears are here, they're falling, and the other person is just staring at you. What on earth do you do?
Okay, there is one absolute, non-negotiable rule here. Do not apologize. You have done nothing wrong. Instead, you label it and you pivot. You tell them what's happening so they don't get it wrong. Saying this is just incredibly powerful. You're making it clear that while your biology is having a moment, you are still in charge. Honestly, to cry and still keep speaking your truth, that is the definition of courage.
So, when we boil this all down, what's the single most important thing to take away from all of this?
It's this, that tendency for your body to kind of overflow when you're feeling passionate. It's directly connected to all of your greatest strengths. You're not fragile. You are a high-performance engine. And sometimes high-performance engines just run a little hot.
So the next time those tears start to well up, I want you to just take a breath and remember this. Don't feel ashamed on top of feeling angry. Your reaction isn't a flaw. It's just proof. It's proof that you care, and you care deeply. And more than anything, it's proof that you are fully and unapologetically alive.